Forget that. Didn't it? Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. I think we're going to name this one how to have a COVID Christmas hack. Well, what we've done is we've come to a friend's piece of land, and if you know the COVID rules, you can't go anywhere unless you're working. Well, we're voluntarily working and putting all these posts up as boundary markers for our friend's little plot of land. And that's the excuse. We're volunteers. And I've set all the site up before most have turned up. There's my little helper. We'll go up and see Big Lou now. Get my fingers out of the way of the camera lens, that'd help. Put the logs under the table out there off. Right, so we camped up on, well, we parked up on top of the hill because it's quite slippery and wet down here. We're somewhere near Luton Way, let's just put it that way. And we've got one hammock camper, Lewis, and he's got a nice big DD hammock and a DD tarp. Camouflage tarp, in fact. Going to give him a hand, so I'll get back to you. Hello, Lou.
Hello.
Oh, let's get this done before the rain comes down, eh? I just found 3 big steel poles down there.
They're not lost.
Oh, right, okay.
Still up near the apple tree.
Yeah. Well, go round the apple tree to take it, probably get some chicken mash around there.
Yeah, just to
Stop
stop
the horses, isn't it?
Well, not the horses, it's the deer and that. They can still get in through the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to put a triangle thing around it to
Okay,
try and
yeah.
stop it being eaten. The bark, innit? That's the problem. That's what they eat,
Yeah,
innit?
yeah, but the bark is really too.
Yeah, so... Yeah, it needs...
Okay, Lou's is going to get into his hammock.
I haven't got in it yet. It's got holes in that need to go on it.
Just test the tree. Put your weight in it. Put some weight on there.
That's going to snap, Ron.
Try it, you never know. You're thinking the rope's going to snap, or the tree?
No, the rope.
You held it on 2 last time, didn't you?
No, we doubled it up last time, didn't we? Same batteries, isn't it?
That's what we call a fire, that is, isn't it?
How's the rice? Because the lid's come off. Jane.
Right, use the bellows, guys.
Unzip it.
missed. Killed it.
Went first time.
Well, good morning, people.
What's the time? It's 20 to 8. I've been awake since 6:30, but I didn't want to get up. It's about 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees, I don't know, outside. It's quite warm in here, in comparison anyway. Oh, what a day we had yesterday. Oh, by the way, see the size of the tent here. It's a North Ridge mountain tent. I don't think they make them anymore. It's a really good tent. Really nice warm in the evening. That's a bit too bright. If I just shine that like that, that's probably better. Oh, yeah, so yesterday, basically we're on a wet site, a big field, and two of the cars got stuck. I never moved my car, and we had a 4x4 come out and try to remove the second one after we got the first one off, and basically the position's no different, but the field's in an absolute state with the attempts of trying to get it off. Ripped the eye bolt out the front of the towing mechanism, if you like. And today we've got all sorts of 4x4s coming up. RAC was a bit useless, called them, didn't come out. So yeah, the guys got full comp RAC, and because it was in a field they wanted 500 quid extra to tow them out of the field. So that's going to be a desperate result in the end. So hopefully we'll get some footage today. We were too busy trying to get the vehicles out yesterday, and it took up so much time, and absolutely no time for doing anything yesterday. So we basically sat around the fire, had a stew, and got drunk at night. Here's what happens next, I suppose. Yeah, I forgot to tell you. Overnight, apparently we've gone into a tier 4. Boris Johnson's ingenious method to put the capital into tier 4. We're in somewhere down Luton Way, and early this morning we hear a rumble in the background, and I can just imagine the noise that I can hear now is the mass exodus from London. Apparently 200,000 people left London last night trying to get out the tier 4 before it hit at 12 o'clock. And judging by the sound of the traffic in the distance, there's that motorway rumble you can hear in the background of, you know, modern day society, I suppose. They've got up and started going, and wherever they're going to, they're leaving the south. That's going to be interesting on the way home today. Hope everything goes well. A little bit concerned, to be fair, but hey ho, let's see how it goes. So absolutely beautiful morning. It's quite cold, as you can see by the car. It's not frozen, but it's really, really nice. Sun's gently coming up over that cloud there, and there's the gates. And here's the devastation that 2 of the cars, or 3 if you count the 4x4, caused yesterday. All this was grass yesterday, and we drove on without much problem at all. That's a bog hole there, which all the cars have been getting stuck in. As you can see, the ground is uneven there, big hill lumps. Don't know why they're there, but and then you come on to this part of the field. That's where the 4x4 couldn't pull, that car out, and it broke the eye bolt off the front. And this is what we've been doing all yesterday, trying to get, look at that skid there, that's a 4x4 sliding down the hill. Took that hedge out as well with this 4x4 Subaru, I believe. And you can see everything's just sliding around, it's so slick. Cow pats or horse pats don't help. There's a Comanche sending out for help, smoke signals. And I suppose we've moved the car from down there to up there, not there. But that's about, as you can see, like that car was pointing at like 2 o'clock, and then it just started sliding sideways. Oh, so this is an adventure. This will probably take up the best of today. So, what do you call it? Is it a disaster or an adventure? I don't know. Spin? Oh, you can't spin the wheels. Right. No, don't ram it. Come on, big boy, you can do it.
Don't keep it on lock.
No, keep it
on lock.
Thunderbird 14. See what happens here. Come on, boys, you can do it. Go on. Straighten up, Al, straighten up. You're going left. Turn right a bit. Roll, that's it. Go, go, go. Go on, Spence. Daisy chain, is this the one? God, this is taking some pulling, this is. Third attempt. Oh! He's not out yet. There you go, there you go. Oh, go, 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 go. Yeah, success. Go, go, go. Yes, finally the boys have done it. Joe and Spence, well done. Oh, let's see if we can get out the gate now. Well, I left you in the field on camp, didn't I? And we're back home now. I'm back home. Again, yeah, it was a little bit embarrassing spending 2 days dragging that car off site, and then me just driving my car straight from where it was parked next to theirs, straight out the gate without even trying hard. But saying that, that was like, fingers crossed, thank God that happened, because it was really, really slick out there. As you've seen, the 4x4s could hardly get traction. Had to daisy chain it out. And I'm sure many of you have had disasters on camp. I'll just show you a couple of mine. Now, previous video from this, we had, or I had, a couple of axes. I'd made a couple of axes and I couldn't get any hickory handles, so I made pine handles for them. And then I knew they weren't going to last. I didn't think they were going to hold up for the whole weekend, especially seems I was throwing them at oak blocks and chopping with them and using them as I would normally would. So basically, here's a vision of axe number 1. Clearly the handle split, broke, whatever you want to It stayed in, but it was loose. That's because I'd only put it on temporarily and I hadn't put any of the wedges in them to hold them on. Now, I knew that was going to happen, and it was just a temporary handle. They looked okay, but they weren't the bee's knees. They weren't what they were supposed to be. And that's a good example of why you use hickory instead of pine. That was pine made out of the next one was a little bit, we've only got one of my twin axes that I'd made. Again, look back into the last video and you'll see me making a quick shot of me making those axes. They looked good, but we've only got one, and it's not because it is because it broke, but the axe didn't break itself. Unfortunately, I allowed a young lad to use it, a friend of mine, and while overusing it, it snapped off and disappeared into undergrowth, and we can't find it. God knows where it is. That's lesson learned. Don't go using it in the undergrowth where you might lose it. So I'm going to have to make another one, I suppose. My biggest disaster, let me just show you. That is a strip of my DD tarp. Now, if any of you have followed my bushcraft videos or bushcraft show videos, that was with me on the very first one that I attended in 2014. Now that got damaged in 2000. It was brand new in 2014. It got damaged on the first camp because somebody was playing with my tent pegs, and I sewed it up and repaired it so that two opposite corners were on a 45-degree angle. Then they missed out a corner, but it has worked well for me over the last 6 years, and I mean it cost me 35 quid. DD 3x3, relatively lightweight, not super lightweight, but they're reasonable lightweight for what protection they give you. Never ever leaked. It is now, as you can see the end there, shorter than the corners. It never leaked, so now it's just decoration. It's going to be my backdrop. Basically, I'm heartbroken because I love the 3x3 tarp size, and now I've got another tarp, the one that we used as the NAFI tent, or the NAFI shelter in this video. Bought it off a friend of mine called Richard, and that works pretty well. I think I might just go and get another DD tarp. I'll decide whether it's camouflage or not. Probably will be camouflage, but these don't exist anymore, as I'm told. So there is a darker version. Why not? I might just get that. I mean, 35 quid, £6 a year for shelter, and it never let me down once. So it's worth every penny. How much they are now, I don't know. Please somebody send me a discount code so I can get another one for a reasonable price. So all the disasters that have happened over the years, or over this year, silly things like people forgetting their tent pegs, it just adds to your day, it gives you more work. The cars getting stuck in the grass, it takes up time, it stops you from doing other things that you're supposed to do. But in other ways it creates adventure, it creates drama, and it's kind of fun to join together and bond together with all the people that are working together and say, yeah, we did this, it was great laugh. You know, we had fun doing it. It was mucky, it was cold, it was miserable, but with the camaraderie and people working together, everybody really enjoyed it. Keep looking at the little screen instead of looking at the camera. Well, thank you very much, Lewis, for helping us or letting us use your campsite. Sorry for the mess we left behind, but them's are the things that happen. I'd just like to thank everybody for watching, all my subscribers. I know a lot of you are my friends, and give a call out for Kookley Bushcraft Tim. You've entertained me over this miserable period. Considering you're in Finland doing knife reviews and you're stuck over there out of the tier system in the back of Beyond, well, believe me, you're better off in the back of Beyond than you are around here with all the COVID police looking at you, making you feel uncomfortable just for going shopping. Some other shout outs. One would be English Woodsman. Again, I've been watching your videos, very entertaining, really sort of like worthwhile watching. Everybody, I'd like to share English Woodsman. Also, Mr. Mr. Wild Wales. Obviously, as the name says, he's from Wales, but he does travel quite a bit. And we've got two from America, the Bell Life and Houston Jones. Basically, they're just light-heartedness, but they're beating themselves and each other, and challenges for how much you can eat and drink and how much paintballs you can get shot with and that sort of thing. So it's light-hearted, away from all the other problems of the world. My number one shout out will be for Stora, the free runner or parkour team. They're currently making a video game for Xbox, PlayStation and the other sites. These are fantastic athletes who are very, very entertaining. Was it heart in the throat time when they're doing their stunts? Really, really good. So thank you guys for doing that. And if you're into parkour, free running, have a look out for this game. I've got a sneaking suspicion it's going to be a top seller. Well, thank you very much, guys. Please like and subscribe and comment as well. Merry Christmas. I really do wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Saying that, it can't be any worse than 2020, can it? Hope so. And as usual, live life, be free. Happy camping, guys.